What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more hardcore. We're going back to one of my very favorite labels ever. We're talking Cenobite. And in fact, in the last 24 hours, someone that I'm friends with on Facebook pointed out to me that one of the reviews that I wrote on Discogs, I write under the name Mr. Tom Servo. I've had that account for a long time now, I think since like '06 or something like that. But yeah, I write about a lot of releases, acid techno, hardcore, and so on. One of my reviews, I did a review on this record, the One Mind EP from Cenobite, one of my very favorite records of recent years, like all genres considered. And yeah, the Cenobite Facebook page had shared the review. So shout out to them, shout out to Michael Clausen, the label boss, produces under the names Tellurian and Leviathan. And indeed, one of the tunes on this record is by Philosopher and Leviathan, a fantastic track, One Mind, the sort of name, the title track of the EP. But yeah, I realized, I had done a couple reactions to tracks on this record on my old channel, but for those of you who don't know, I ran a different channel. YouTube made me leave it because it was linked to an old university email, and they were basically like, you're not going to have access anymore. So since I came over here, I wanted to redo a number of the reactions, and I felt like, this would be a perfect time to redo this one because, again, this was the record that I had reviewed on Discogs about a year ago that they had shared in the last 24 hours. So again, it was just perfect timing. So yeah, we're going to listen to a tune by Damian and Philosopher. This is a tune called Still Here. I won't, repeat exactly what I wrote on the Discogs page, but what I really love about this tune is not only does it have great atmosphere, great like hardcore synth lines, and an explosive, brilliant acid segment, truly like one of the best acid segments in a hardcore track that I know. But it also samples the second Matrix film in a really effective way that for me works sort of on two levels. It works like in the atmosphere of the tune itself, but I also sort of take it as this sort of, celebration of gabber music and gabbers, people who listen to it and who still buy records and still are, embracing the old school hardcore sound. And so, again, now I am repeating myself from the Discogs review. But no, I really enjoy the way the sample is used, and, fair to say, Lawrence Fishburne, like the vocal quality of that speech and the way he gives the impassioned lines, it works so brilliantly in this context. So once again, this is one of my favorite tunes from one of my favorite labels. So shout out to Cenobite, shout out to Damian and Philosopher. But here we go. This is Still Here from the One Mind EP. I'm trying to, this is 2019. I'll look it up in a moment. I don't think it says it right here. Oh, maybe it says it on the sleeve. This is 19. Still doesn't say. I'll check in 1 second, but let's get started. Like I said, this is Damian Philosopher, Still Here. Is it 45? I'm going to say it's 45. So, okay. And Still Here, or the One Mind EP. 2020. Love this atmospheric opening though. I love the way the clap comes in because you could, you can start a mix with this, but you can also bring this in nice and you can sneak this in. And then right at the moment where the kick comes in, you can do the bass switch, the low end switch, kill the low end on the outgoing track, and fire this up. I love the kick eccentricity, like it's all within the like measure, but there's lots of like rolls and kind of halting, like double kick, like it's eccentric within the like normal framework. Like the echo. has this frenetic intensity.
I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me.
Because of where I've been, not necessarily where I'm going, although that too. I love that. It's, because you can throw a sample like right before a breakdown, or right before a drop at the end of a breakdown. That's cool. I like that. But when you can also like layer lines into the actual section, I love it.
They have set their armies to destroy us, and after a century of war, I remember that which matters most. We are still here.
I mean, trying to like, I wish I, was already doing these reactions. I wasn't doing them yet, but when I first heard this, I was like, oh my god, I need to do a mix right now. Like,
We are still here.
snare gives it like a real smashing quality. And all the while the acid just searing your mind, the air, the dance floor, everything. But all the while, the atmosphere, the haunting like vocal layer. The way it sort of dismantles into the next breakdown, rather than just like stopping at the last part of the measure.
I remember that I am here not because of the path that lies before me, but because of the path that lies behind me. We are still here.
Those haunting vocals,
They have set their armies.
such a key element, like the atmosphere that I've come to expect in Cenobite tracks.
We are still here.
Like the track's almost like breathing. I heard that pop. And again, the track sort of like slowly dismantles.
We are still here.
It's perfect. Like it's one of those tracks where, I wouldn't change anything, which is, there's a lot of tracks that I love a great deal, but even then there's like, maybe that one little part before the breakdown, there's a synth that I don't quite like, or the vocal's not my favorite or whatever. But there are some tracks in a few different genres, acid techno, hardcore, acid trance from the 90s, where it's like literally don't touch it. Like it's just, it's like that line in Amadeus, if you were to like change one note, put one note in or take one note out, there would be diminishment. It is exactly what it should be. I feel like that's the case for that track. It's just, it does exactly what it's trying to. It captures the atmospheric Cenobite vibe. It has that like explosive, unbelievable acid segment. The incorporation of Fishburne's vocals, not just in the big build-up, like that main drop, and also the like build-up to the acid drop, but even like in the in-beat sections, there's sort of like lines that are layered and kind of baked into the overall texture of the tune. I love it. So yeah, once again, shout out to Damian Philosopher, shout out to Cenobite the label, and Leviathan. Yeah, just an unbelievable track on a really great record. And again, I think I did react to a few of these tunes, not just this one, on my old channel. But as I mentioned before, when I went to retrieve my old videos, I realized YouTube had compressed them, so the sound like isn't quite as good. So basically, I've just made the decision that I'm not going to repost my old videos. I'm just going to redo reactions to the tunes that I had already done before I had to come over here. So yeah, basically I'm going to re-go through the rest of this record, even though again, I think I reacted to at least one other tune. So yeah, let me know what you think of this one. Let me know if you have the record. I know at least a couple hardcore heads out there who do have it. But yeah, it's one of my favorites in recent years. And again, if you haven't seen my Discogs review of it, go check it out, because you know I'm very enthusiastic about all 4 tracks. So yeah, as I said, we'll go through the rest of it in this format. Let me know what you think of this one. Other than that, see you next time. Peace.